a shop wants to sell a certain quantity in kg of grains. It sells half the quantity and an additional 3 kg of these grains to the first customer. Then it sells half kg of the remaining quantity and an additional 3 kg of these grains to the second customer. Finally, when she sells half of the remaining quantity and additional 3 kg to third customers, there are no grains left. The initial quantity in kg of the grain is, right? See, this question we can do in two way. One is like forming equation from top to bottom approach, and we can do is bottom to top. So first approach will be little lengthy. If I do the first approach, that is top to bottom approach. So let's say initial quantity was x kg. It will be little lengthy, right? X kg. Now, when she sold the first customer, she's selling first customer half of the quantity and additional 3. So, how much is left after selling to first customer? If she sells half of this, half x will be left. But she's selling 3 kg extra, half plus 3. So, she'll be left with half x minus 3. Again, second customer, if she sells half of this after second customer, how much is left? If she sells half of this is will be left, but she's selling half of this and 3 kg extra, so she'll be left with half of this, half of this thing, right? Half of this thing, half x minus 3, okay, minus 3, because if she sells half of this will be left. She's selling 3 kg extra, so half of this minus 3 kg left. After the third customer, how much is left? I'm writing just the left. If she sells half of this, okay, so how much is left? Half of this. But if she's selling half of this plus 3 kg extra, so it will be left with half of this total minus 3 kg. So half of this whole thing, half of half x minus 3, okay, this minus 3, okay. So half of this minus 3, this is left, and this is given as the no grain left. So this is 0, right? We can solve for x, we can solve mentally, see. So this 3 will go that side, 3, and this 2 will multiply it. It will become 6. This 3 will go that side, that 3 into 2, 6. Again this 3 will go that side, it will become 9, 9 into 2, 18. Again this 3 will go that side, so 18 plus 3, 21 into 2. So x will be 42. 42 should be the answer, but you see, this is little lengthy process, okay. So answer is 42, but we can do a shortcut, okay. The shortcut is, I will show you the shortcut. The shortcut method is, we can do bottom to top approach. Okay. So I should write like this. So we'll start from bottom to top approach. Now, what I can do is, see, she's selling first customer, second customer, third customer, whatever the number of customer. Let's say if a customer is coming, and that time grain is left is B. This is the grain in the beginning. Let's say I'm not seeing the first customer, second, third, whoever comes, any customer. Let's say grain before she is selling is B. Now, if you sell half of this, you are left half of the grains. But she is selling 3 kg extra. So she is left with half of in the beginning minus 3. This is the quantity left that I'm calling you L. So you see half of B will be L plus 3, right? Or you can say B is L plus 3 into 2. Okay, so we can go like this. So in the last she had 0 grain left. So before selling to third customer, after selling to third, she had 0. So before selling to third customer, how much she had left plus 3? So 0 plus 3 into 2, right? Into 2. So she had 6 kg of grains before selling to third customer. Now, So before selling to second customer, right? Or after selling to second customer, she had 3. So before selling to second customer, she had 6 plus 3 into 2. So that is 18 kg before selling the second customer, or you can say after selling the first customer. So before that, how much she had? 18 plus 3 into 2. So that is 42. This is before selling the first customer. So she had 42 kgs of grain initially. So that's the answer. I hope this is clear. This is better than the previous one, because previous one you have to form equation and solve, right? Now let's see the next question. Now Renu would take 15 working Renu would take 15 days working 4 hours per day to complete a certain task, whereas Seema would take 8 days working 5 hours per day to complete the same task. They decide to work together to complete this task. Seema agrees to work for double the number of hours per day as Renu, while Renu agrees to work for double the numbers of days as Seema. If Renu works 2 hours per day, then the number of days Seema will work is. Number of days Seema will work. Now let's see here how much time Renu is taking. No need to write a full Renu, we can write R and S, okay. So why waste time in exam? So let's say I'm writing R for Renu, S for Seema, right? Now Renu is taking 15 days working 4 hours a day. So 15 into 4. So Renu is taking 60 hours, right? So I'm writing in hours. So Renu is taking 60 hours to complete the work. This is in hours, okay? This is in hours. 60 hours to complete the work. Seema is taking 8 days working 8 hours. So how much time? 8 into 5. Seema is taking 40 hours, right? 40 hours. So Seema is taking 40 hours. This is in hours. No need to write hours. So just keep in mind that it is hours. So it is in hours, okay? So it is 60 hours. I'm written as hours, okay? So Renu is taking 60 hours. Seema is taking 40 hours, okay? Let's the total task is LCM of 60 and 40. LCM of 60 and 40 is 120. Let the total task is 120 units. This 120, how we got? LCM of 60 and 40. LCM of 60 and 40. So let's say this is the total work is, let the total work is 120, okay. Now total work is 120 units. Renu is taking 60 hours, Seema is taking 40 hours. So what is the efficiency of Renu? Efficiency means number of units of work done by Renu per hour. So 120 by 60. So 2. Renu is doing 2 units of work per hour. Seema is doing 120 by 40. 3. So 120 by 40. This is the efficiency, right? Seema is doing 3 units of work per hour, okay. Now question is given that if Renu works 2 hours per day, okay, so Renu is working per day 2 hours, okay. Renu is working 2 hours per day, okay, and you see Seema agrees to work for double the number of hours per day as Renu. So Renu is working 2 hours per day, so Seema is working 4 hours per day, okay. The question is the number of days Seema will work. Let's say Seema will work for X days, okay, X days. Now here is saying that while Renu agrees to work for double the number of days as Seema, so Renu will work for 2x number of days, okay. So Seema is working x number of days, Renu is working 2x number of days. Every day Seema is doing 3 units of work and she is working 4 hours a day. Renu is working 2 hours per day, and every day, I mean every hour 2 units of work. So total work has to be 120. So here this into this into this. So Seema is working, Renu is working 2x days, every day 2 hours, so 2 into 2, 4x hours, 4x, and every hour 2 units. So 4x into 2, 8x. So total work done by Renu is 8x plus total work done by Renu is 8x, right? So it is, so it will be 2x into 2, 4x into 8x plus total work done by Seema. Seema is doing x days, every day 4 hours, so 4x hours, on every hour 3 units. So 4x into 3, 12x. So 12x work. I mean 12x unit of work. Total work is 120 units. So it is 20x. 20x is 120. So x is equal to 6. Okay. So total number of days taken by Seema to work is 6 days. So answer is 6 days. Okay. So that's the answer. I hope this is clear. Let's see the next question. ABCD is a rectangle with sides AB equal to 56 and BC equal to 45. E is the midpoint of CD, right? Then length in centimeter of the radius of in circle of ADE, right? Okay, so ABCD is a rectangle, right? Okay, with ABCD. So let's say this is A, B, C, D. ABCD is a rectangle with AB equal to 56, right? And BC is equal to 45. BC is smaller. So let me change the notation. I mean AB is little longer. In my diagram is AB is looking shorter, right? Okay. So AB is 56. So let's say A, B, C and D. So AB is 56. BC is 45. So BC is 45. So this is also 45 and this is also 56 CD. It's a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. E is the midpoint of CD. So E is the midpoint here. E is here. This equal to this given. So 56 ka half is 28 and 28. Okay. E is the midpoint of CD. The length in centimeter of the in radius of triangle ADE. ADE, right? So basically, we have to find the in radius of triangle ADE. Now ADE ka in radius. So in circles radius. This is the in circle, a circle touching all the 3 sides. Okay. So we have to find the in radius of ADE, right? Okay. Now we can do 2 things. This is 28. This is 48. We can find AE. So AE square is equals to A square is 45 square plus 28 square. 28 square plus 45 square. Okay. 28 square will be how much? So 28 square will be, I think, okay, I can multiply 28 into 28. So 8 it just 64. Okay. 6, 64, 6. This is 60, 32, 32 and 6, 38, 3, 784, right? So this is 784. 45 ka square I remember is 2025. Okay. So AE ka square will be this plus this. So this is 9. Okay. 549. It's a 0, right? Okay. So it's 784 plus 25. So 4 plus 5, 9. 2 plus 8, 0. Carry 1. Carry 1. This is 8. Okay. And 2809. 2809, I think is 53 ka square. You can verify. See, 53 into 53 is a 53 ka square. So this is 9, 15, 15, 30, 25, 3, 28. So it is 53 ka square. So basically A square is, this is 53 square. So A equals to 53. A is 53. Now we got the three sides of the triangle, right? Okay. Now there are two things we can do. We have to find the in radius, right? There are two approach. One is the normal approach. We know that in a triangle, area of a triangle is r into s. That is in radius into semi perimeter, right? What is semi perimeter here? Semi perimeter will be what? 28 plus 45 plus 53 by 2, right? Okay, so now here you see 28 plus 53 plus 45, this is 8, 538, this is 98, right? 538, 98 by 2, okay? So you take 2 from 28 to 90, it's 100, 126 by 2, 126 by 2 will be 63, right? Semi perimeter is 63. So area of triangle equal to r into s. Area of triangle is half into base into height, because right angle triangle is 90 degree. So base into height, so half into 28 into 45, right? And that is equal to 63, okay? So it will go 14 times, okay? 9 5 ja, 9 7 ja, 7 2 ja, so 2 into 5, so 2 into 5, so oh, this was just r into s, this is r into s, I forgot to write r, so r equals to 2 into 5, so 10. So 10 is the answer. This is one approach. There is, we can have a second approach also, we could have done. Second approach is, second approach I can do is, so we can do a second approach. Second approach is, in any right angle triangle, in a right angle triangle, let's say this side is A, this side is B, this side is C, and there is a circle in circle, I mean in circle in this. Let's say this is center, this is the radius r, this is r, this is also 90, it will be a square, okay? Now you see, sorry, this is 90, this is also 90, okay? Okay, so this will be also r, this will be a square, right? R, okay? Now this is r, so this length will be b minus r, this will be b minus r, this is r, so this will be a minus r, okay? And now from here, this is tangent, this much length of tangent, this is also length of tangent. From outside, length of tangents are equal, so this is a minus r, so this part is also a minus r, okay? From here to here it is b minus r, so this will be also b minus r, okay? So a minus r, so this plus this, so a minus r plus b minus r equal to c. So if you see a plus b minus c equals to 2r, okay? This is only for a right angle triangle, so r will be a plus b minus c by 2, okay? So here a, b are the perpendicular length, so a, b are 28 and 45, so 28 plus 45 minus 53, right, by 2, okay? So this will be how much? This will be 25, so 5 3 carry 1, 73 minus 53 by 2, which is 10. So answer is 10 for this question. So value of r is 10. Okay. Now let's see the next question. When 10 to the power 100 is divided by 7, the remainder is. So basically we have to find the remainder of 10 to the power 100 divided by, so we have to find the remainder. We have 10 to the power 100, sorry. So so I have to find, we have to find the remainder if 10 to the power 100 is divided by 7, right? Now you see 10 is bigger than 7, so let us divide 10 by 7. So if you divide 10 by 7, the remainder is 3. So here the remainder will be 3 to the power 100. So 3 to the power 100. Now 3 to the power 100 is again bigger than 7. So we have to still divide by 7, right? Now let's see. Let's think about 7, 3 ka some power. I mean, let us think some power of 3, which is very close to 7 or a multiple of 7. How close? Maybe like, like nearby plus minus 1. So 3 to the power 3 is 27. 27 is close to 28. 27 plus 1 is 28. So what we can do is, let's say we can write it as, this one be 3 to the power 3 to the power 33. So 33 into 3, 9. So 3 to the power 99. 1 3 will be left and divide by 7. So this is the remainder. Now we know that when you divide when you multiply two numbers and divide by a third number, remainder gets multiplied. So here we have to write, here is this 27 to the power 33 into 3 divided by 7. So this is equal to, now you see, 27 divided by 7 will be, remainder is minus 1. We can say 27 as 28 minus 1. So minus 1. So here the remainder will be minus 1. So minus 1 to the power 33. Remainder will get multiplied into here, remainder 3 divided by 7, remainder will be 3 only. So here the minus 1 to the power remainder is this, and this is less than 7. So this is the remainder. So minus 1 to the power 33 is minus 1 and into 3. So it is minus 3. Now the remainder is minus 3. See, division is nothing but repetitive subtraction. So repetitive subtraction is division. So we have got remainder minus 3. But remainder cannot be minus 3. But means we have subtracted 7 more times. We divided more times. So we have to add 7 here, right? To make it positive. So the remainder will be 4. So remainder is 4 for this question. So answer is 4. So this is option 1. So remainder is 4. Let's try the next one. This question, right? So if the equation x square plus mx plus 9 equal to 0 and x square plus nx plus 17 equal to 0 and x square plus m plus nx plus 35 equal to 0, these three equations have a common root, then find the value of 2m plus 3n. Okay, so you see, x square plus mx plus 9 equals to 0. Let's call it equation number 1. This equation, and x square plus nx plus 17 equal to 0. This equation, let's call it 2. So first one is x square plus mx plus 9 equals 0. Next one is x square plus nx plus 17 is 0. And the last one is x square plus m plus n into x plus 35 equal to 0. These three quadratic equations have one common root, and that common root is negative common root. Negative. We have to find the value of 2m plus 3n. Now let's do one thing. Let's find that common root. So I'm adding equation number 1 and plus 2. Why I'm adding? Because I have seen that it will give me mx plus nx, m plus nx, and here it is m plus nx. It will get cancelled, right? So I'm adding 1 plus 2 and then I'm subtracting 3. Let's see what we get. So here I'll get x square plus x square, 2x square minus x square. So I'll get x square, mx and mx get cancelled here, nx and nx will get cancelled here. 9 plus 17, 26. Okay, 26 minus 35, I'll get minus 9. So this is equal to 0 I'll get. Okay, so I'll get x square equals to plus or minus 3, right? Sorry, my mistake. X will be plus minus 3, not x square. So just a minute. Okay, so here x will be equal to plus or minus 3. So x equals to 3 or minus 3. Now they are saying the common root is negative common root. Negative common root, that means x is minus 3. Minus 3 is the common root because it is saying negative common root. So minus 3. So now we are substituting the value of x in the first equation and the second equation. So if I put, because I want 2m plus 3n, right? If I put x equal to minus 3 here, I'll get directly m plus n, but I don't want m plus n, we want m and n, we want 2m plus 3n. So better you put m, I mean the value of x in this one and this one, first and 2. So if I put in the first one, minus 3 square plus mx, that is minus 3 into m plus 9 equal to 0. So from here I'll get 9 plus 9, 18, minus 3m equals to 9 plus 9, 18, minus 18. So from here I can get m is equal to 6, or I can get 2m is equal to 12, right? Okay. Let's put the value of the common root minus 3 in the second equation. If I put in the second equation here in this one, I will get minus 3 the square plus nx. So minus 3 into n plus 17 equals to 0. So it is 9. Okay. So minus 3n, it is 9 plus 17. 9 plus 7 is 26. So it is minus 26. So I got directly, we got 3n equal to 26, right? So here 3n is 26 we got. Here we 2m got, we got 12. So the answer is 2m plus 3n. So which is 12 plus 26. So we got the answer as 38. So 38 is the answer for this question. Okay. So the answer is 38. Okay.